This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Happy Monday, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, Guy Almquist will talk Capital Boys. Ben Dudek talks Helena High girls. Should the handshake be abolished? On the handshake line after basketball games. I don't know if you saw Juwan Howard yesterday and Wisconsin's coach, Greg Gard, get into it. Let's see, what else is coming up? On this day in history, the walk-off, and much more, including why golf is better than skiing, coming up in just a couple of minutes. Get you set for some divisionals this weekend. There are a few of them, and much more. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and so much more. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com. Our Twitter handle, @JWalkerSports. Our phone number is 406-209-1267. The opening segment is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with 3 distinct divisions, so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. You have milled log, you have hand crafted, and you have timber frame, and they are all fantastic. You can go to yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Hope you had a good weekend. We did. Went, I don't even remember what I did. Oh, we took my wife. It was her birthday, so we went to Butte over the weekend. Stayed at a great hotel. Went axe throwing, which is really, really fun. Did that for the first time. Axes and alcohol. I'm assuming, I mean, you have to sign a waiver, but I'm assuming there's some pretty hefty insurance down at the axe throwing place in Butte. But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun for that. And hope you had a good weekend, too. If you ever get a chance to try the axe throwing, do, though. I highly recommend it. Ran into former Carroll College great and assistant Joey O'Neill, back from Utah for Joey. I don't even remember her last name. She's married now, but ran into her at the axe throwing. It was pretty fun. So there was district tournaments that wrapped up over the weekend, and they are all part of our Auto Contest Performance of the Week nominees. And let's run through them. But let's start in the, let's see here. Southwest A, Butte Central knocked off Dillon at Dillon, 53-51. Dougie Peoples with 21 points. Eric Luce, 13 in that one. They will both head off to divisionals. Frenchtown beat Hamilton, which Hamilton had knocked off East Helena, which had made a run. In Class B, this is all boys. Let's see. Shelby won the District 1B, beating Rocky Boy 61-35. Rhett Reynolds with 22. Kyle McDermott with 18 in that one. The District 2B district champ is Harlem after a 71-56 win. 23 points each for R.J. Ramon and Caleb Cole. And Tyler Sehos, whose, I guess, brother Brad set the record a few years ago that was now broke twice this year, scoring record. Let's see. 3B, Lodgegrass knocked off Lame Deer. And Ty Moccasin had 23, winning their third consecutive 3B title for Lodgegrass. In 4B, Columbus paced Red Lodge 56-34, 23 for Colby Martinez. In District 5B, Manhattan knocked off Jefferson. Jefferson was trying for some upsets in the boys' side and came pretty close, but 52-40. It's crazy. I lived in Manhattan for a couple of years back in the late 80s. My dad was a teacher, and seeing these names now, Marcus Fenno, I'm guessing Mark Fenno's son, who I played with. Lots of Dumas down there still. Trent McMaster had 19 in the loss for Jefferson. 6B, Florence Carleton over Loyola. Blake Shoup with 12. 7B, Big Fork beat Eureka 55-38. Levi Taylor with 16. In Class C, District 2C, Fort Lake over Fairview 66-41. Javon Nesbitt had 23 points. 3C, Scobie got past Luster Christian, upset over the third-ranked Luster Christian, 34-33. Reagan Machart was 17. And that's the first loss of the year for Luster Christian. And a little revenge because Luster Christian had beat Scobie back in December, a 57-game win streak that ended back in December. Wow. All right, 8th-ranked Broadus got past number 6 Melstone, 57-54 in overtime in District 4C. Marcus Mader had 15. In 6C, Harlowton Rygate over Plentycoo, 76-51. Joe Alvarez had 24. Coulter Woolstad, 23. In 8C, Roy Winifred gets past Belt, 37-35. District 10C, Hart Butte over Dutton Brady by 9. And 12C, Manhattan Christian in overtime, 27 points for Seth Amenrud to help the Eagles get past Welsh Yellowstone, 69-65. 13C, Darby upsets number 10 Drummond, 54-46. And 14C, St. Regis over Charlotte by a point. Caleb Ball with 30. In girls hoops, districts, Southwestern A, Hamilton upsets number 2 Dillon, 43-23. Taryn Searle had 19 in the win. That's a big, big win. In 1B, Fairfield beat Cutbank pretty handily. In 2B girls, Malta over Wolf Point, Allie Coons with 18. District 3B, top-ranked Colstrip, 52-44 over Lodgegrass. District 4B, Columbus over Red Lodge by 13. In 5B girls, 4th-ranked Big Timber past number 2 Jefferson, 16 apiece for Bailey Finn and Cameron Ketchum. 22 for Rachel Van Blericum in the loss. The defending state champs move on. In 6B, Loyola over Florence Carleton by 18, 19 points. 22 for Giovanna Horner. 7B, Big Fork over Eureka by 8. 21 for Braden Gunlock. In Class C, District 2C, number 5, Plentywood over Westby Grenora. Ashton Curtis with 17, 16 for Liv Wangerin. In 3C, Seiko Whitewater Hinsdale paced Scobie 59-22. J.C. Erickson with 17. In 4C, Melstone over Jordan, Dreo Wacker, 24. In 6C, Park City got past Harlowton Rygate by 20. Addie Baker with 14. 8C, Roy Winifred over Belt, 43-36. In 9C, Box Elder over Chinook by 5. Kyla Momberg with 22. 10C, Augusta beat Sims 43-33. In 12C, Manhattan Christian over Twin Bridges. In 8C, Sealy Swan over Phillipsburg. 13C, I can read. And 14C, Albertson Superior upset Charlo 34-32. 44 points for St. Ignatius' Zoran Lavrambois. Caleb Ball, we mentioned his 30. Some good hoops. Bridger beat Broadview Lavina. I don't know which one is that. I thought we had that. I literally thought we covered that one, but who knows? Maybe we didn't. We probably didn't. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of hoops. You got some divisionals this week. The Eastern A boys and girls will be at Metro Park starting on Wednesday. The Western A boys and girls will be at Hamilton starting Thursday. Northern B at Glasgow for the boys starting Thursday. Western B boys start at Ronan on Thursday. Western B girls also at Ronan starting Thursday. The Northern C at Great Falls starting Wednesday at the arena called Four Seasons, boys and girls. Western C boys and girls at Frenchtown starting Thursday. Found out today I'll be headed to Missoula, it looks like, for the State A the second week of March. So I get to call the State A again, which be fun. Second year in a row covering that. That'll be a good time. Okay, Broadview lost to Bridger beat Broadview Lavina in boys championship, and then Plentycoo beat Broadview in girls. Okay, what district is that? I can't keep them all straight. 6C. Oh, they didn't have the championships up yet. Okay, that's why. All right, 6C. There we go. All right, what else are we doing here besides? So those are nominees for athlete or Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, as are these: Cody Burke of Tech, Jackson Wilson of Rocky, Indoor Track and Field Athletes of the Week, couple of Rocky or Montana Tech student athletes, Women's Indoor Track and Field Athletes of the Week, Naya Bodine and Becca Rickman. Parker Esery leading Providence. She's the Women's Athlete of the Week. 93-92 double overtime win over Carroll on Thursday. She had a career-high 39 and 10 rebounds. So apparently nobody was able to shut her down. Went 13 of 15 from the field and 13 of 16 from the free throw line. And refs inserted themselves a little bit at the end, but the game-winning free throws as time ran out. And then Jalen Hodges of Western, the men's basketball player of the week. 87-82 win over Rocky in overtime. He had 40. It's pretty impressive. Conference tournaments start this week. That'll be fun. No doubt about that. Wednesday, the men start, and then Thursday, the ladies start. So, and then semifinal action will be on days after that. The men start tomorrow. The women start Thursday. And then the men's semifinal game Friday, women's semifinal Saturday. And then the championship the 28th for the men, and then March 1st for the women. And I believe, depending on where they're at, I'll be on the call with some of those. All right, Jason Walker Show rolls on. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. I saw this today. Actually, I saw it yesterday. And there's a reason that skiing is not as cool as golf and not as fun. And I don't know if you saw this. Hold on.
Olympic Games.
Nobody cares about the opening or closing ceremonies. But this story beats all from Beijing. Finnish cross-country skier Remi Lindholm ended his Olympics. He's 24, his first ever Olympics. He had some minor damage to his equipment. And no, it was not his skis. The 24-year-old was in the 50K, and it was shortened to 30K because of weather conditions in Beijing. He had to use an ice pack to thaw out the affected area. And Lindholm told the Finnish outlet Quote, when the body parts start to warm up after the finish, the pain was unbearable, end quote. He used an ice pack on his man area. He froze it. His man area. And it's not, coincidentally, the first time. He did it again. He did it last year. He was in Finland and underwent a similar incident. He placed he placed 24th, I think, in his third race. But he froze his thing. I don't know. He froze his deuter. And then he had to use a ice pack. Oh, I got dust all over. He had to use an ice pack to thaw it out. Now, if you've had fingers or toes freeze up, and you know what it's like when your hands warm back up or your feet warm back up after being super cold, I can only imagine. I guess it gives a whole new definition to blue balls, right? Nothing? I don't even, ouch. Like, seriously. Ouch. Oh, man. We wish him the best, though. We wish Lindholm and everything else the best. Man. It's why golf is better. That is why golf right there is a better sport than skiing. Seriously. Because in golf, I'm not going to freeze any body part. Because if it's cold enough to freeze, I'm not golfing. But that is why golf is, I mean, that's reason number one and probably the best overall reason why golf is better than skiing. A frozen deuter. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. This opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Does he get a nominee for Auto Concepts Performance of the Week? I mean, seriously, should he? He froze his manhood. Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry, offering project management services. They'll stack your log package, so all your builder really has to do is just finish it out, and they'll travel. Family-owned and operated, veteran and woman-owned and operated, and you need to find them at yourcustomlog.com. Maybe they can make a custom log for our Finnish skier. All right, we'll come back. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. When we return, Guy Almquist will talk crosstown and look ahead to the final week of the regular season. That and more coming up. Hang on.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Getting a live look via EarthCam at Big Sky. Got some snow falling, it looks like. Yeah, a little cold, it looks like. It's 0 on the hill. Or down, I guess, in the city. Anyway, it's 0 in Big Sky. It's cold. It's cold. It's enough to freeze your duder. You're a Finnish skier. So if you missed it, we were talking about this dude over in the Olympics from Finland, Remy Lindholm, who froze his man area during a cross-country race. He had to use an ice pack to thaw it out. So I'm not sure if the Finn finished. We got all sorts now. People are weighing in with their analogies to a frozen duder. Oh, good stuff. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. It was Crosstown Week last week for the Queen City, Capital Boys, and the boys and girls, each picking up victories. We'll talk to Ben Dudek of Helena High coming up in a little bit about the girls' game. But joining us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline is the head coach of the Capital Boys, who got a combined 50 points between Hayden Opitz, Braden Cook, and yet there's still room for improvement, according to Guy Almquist, here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, congratulations getting the big crosstown sweep. That's important to not only you guys, but it's important to the team, not just the coaches, but the team itself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, crosstown's a big deal. There's no doubt about that, and you know we've talked about that. We like to make it a big deal, and I think we play some of our best basketball on those days because of that. But most importantly for right now for this season is we needed to play better. We need to kind of get our confidence back. And I think with the performance that we had on Friday night, hopefully we've started that process and get back to playing how we were before.
Capital Boys coach Guy Almquist joining us here, Jason Walker Show. Braden Cook back to form, and but Hayden Opitz, and we've talked about both of them a lot this year, but Opitz with a huge game underneath, getting 22 points to help out with Braden, and those were 22 much needed points.
Yeah, no, Hayden played great. He's got a good knack for finishing around the rim, and some of the things that are the way that Helena High plays us, he's going to get a lot of opportunities, especially when they start to get out and double team or fire our pick and roll game. They take a big away from the basket, and he's pretty good, has a pretty good knack at finding a way to the rim and finishing. When he's scoring like that, we've got that inside-outside combination going, that's when we're at our best.
This is a team that, all coaches want that inside-out game, and you have it, especially with a healthy Braden Cook. But Jacob Curry, who mentioned, or we talked a lot about this year too, can hit some shots from the outside. But it's important to have that going into this final week of the regular season, right?
Oh, certainly. We want to be balanced, and we want to be a little more balanced than we were on Friday. Both Jacob and Tristan Mooney have the ability to get 8-10 points for us for sure, and then Nick Michelotti as well. We didn't shoot the ball extremely well in that game, but we just did a good job attacking the basket and taking what they were giving us. And so there's no question that if we're balanced, we're tougher to guard, and that's what we're looking to achieve each week.
Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline, Guy Almquist on it as we talk hoops, final week of the regular season in the AA. And it's always a great time. I know you're going to say no, you're not playing your best basketball, but are you close?
Well, I think so. I think, when we had Braden gone there for a couple weeks, we had some other guys who really had to step up the level of their play. And we're doing a good job. And then you get Braden back there. That's another adjustment period. Right. And so I think this week's practice, a few more practices together, I think if we can kind of meld the confidence of our other guys in terms of their scoring load and working Braden with some of the things he's able to give to our team, we can get to our best basketball here pretty quickly. And like I said, I think we took a step Friday, and I'm anxious to see how we play this week.
It's crazy to sit there and talk about you're 14-2 overall, 10-2 in the West, and still not playing your best. and like you said, it's an adjustment with the last couple of weeks, but it's going to come down to it on Saturday at Sentinel. That's a big game for you guys, your final road game of a 5-game stretch on the road.
Yeah, and that Sentinel game is Thursday on the road, and then we'll play Butte back here Saturday afternoon for our senior night. But Sentinel is a very good defensive team. At times they've had trouble scoring. I thought when they played us the last time, it certainly wasn't one of our best performances. We hope to improve that quite a bit. Just got done watching the film. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, especially offensively. But again, as you just stated, our fifth straight road game, which is quite a few for anybody, and we're anxious to get down to Missoula and play well.
What is it about Sentinel that can make them dangerous Thursday?
Well, I think they've got a lot of guys who have winning in their blood, right? A lot of their guys come off their back-to-back state championship football teams. They're a physical basketball team. And at times they can start to shoot the ball really well. So we know they're going to be a tough physical group on defense, and we're going to have to earn everything we have. And, of course, they're going to be in their senior night. So it'll be emotional for them. It'll be important for them. And, they're right in the middle of the conference where a win over us would go a long ways to improve their seeding. So we know it's going to be a very tough basketball game. But, again, we're trying to focus on us, what we can do better, and we know if we play our best basketball, we're going to be a tough team to beat.
What can fans on Saturday expect from Butte at the Bears Den?
Butte is a super talented team offensively. A lot of guys who can score the ball, very athletic. They've got a very unique talent in Cooper Klobuchar. He's 6'6" and 330 pounds, and that's just with tremendous touch and passing ability. And so it's just very unique talent. It's amazing how small he makes our big guys look. And so trying to defend them with him inside and some of the athletes they have on the perimeter, it's a chore. It's a real chore. And so we know that's going to be tough. It's going to be a high-scoring, fast-paced game. Again, that's our senior night, so we'll do everything we can to send our seniors out in the way they should be.
Have you shed tears before on senior day?
Oh, sure. Yeah, no doubt about that. It's emotional. You know, I just know how much those kids have put into it, and you know some of the ups and downs that you've been with them, you know, in their careers, and you know you think about missing them. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I think that's one of the great things about being a coach is that you get to develop in those relationships. And so, if those relationships weren't important to me, I guess I'd say no, but they certainly are. And so, there's a great bit of joy, but there is some of that sadness, like, hey, it's coming to an end here. So a senior night is kind of sometimes tough to keep yourself in the middle here, you know, emotionally. And that'll be one of the challenges that our kids will have that night.
Well, and then getting them refocused to play a basketball game is always a tough part. What do you remember about your senior night?
Holy cow. I just, I can't remember a ton. It's been so long, but, you know, when I was a senior in high school, I think we had 8 seniors on our varsity. And so I just, you know, remember appreciating all the individuals that I grew up playing with, and that you're sitting there in your last home game, and, you know, it's a big deal. And, if you appreciate those around you and you have some shared experiences, there's no way it's going to be, completely unemotional for you. So, you just have to know that that's part of the deal. And as you stated, you have to then control it and go out and do the things that you need to do to win a basketball game.
I know you're not looking ahead to divisionals, but how much are you looking ahead to divisionals?
Well, yeah, we know it's, you know, it's, what are we, about 10 days from now?
Yeah.
So I would say in one way, we're always looking ahead, meaning we're trying each day, you know, how are teams playing against us? What do we have to do to get better at? What are the things we're struggling at? So that when that Thursday comes next week, I mean, that's one thing we all know. We all know we're in the tournament. So you better start getting ready for that day on Thursday and be at your best. So, again, in one way or another, we're always kind of working towards that. And there's some things that each and every week that you find out teams are trying to take advantage of it here or there, and we got to be better in those areas. So we're worrying about that on a daily basis, if you ask me.
Guy Almquist, our guest here. A couple final quick questions for you on this Monday, but should we do away with handshake lines?
No.
I know we all saw the video of Juwan Howard and Greg Gard, you know, but I mean,
give me a break. I think we're what we're doing with that's, you know, we're trying to teach life lessons in with sports, right? And I think simply having respect for your opponent and appreciating the contest you were just in and being able to handle winning and losing at the same time is something that's important to that. I hate to see us lose it. And who should be leading that more than the head coach, right?
Yep.
And so in my mind, for a head coach to not be able to lead by example there is pretty pathetic, to be honest.
No, completely agree. I saw you liked somebody's tweet about it today, and it was just it was dumb. And if anybody's going to get punched by Juwan Howard for a timeout, wouldn't it be Chris Howard or Chris
Weber?
Chris Weber, yeah.
No, you would think so. And again, I understand the emotion after games.
Sure.
And certainly, you know, you put a lot into it. And again, when you have a contest, one person wins, one loses. That's life. And you have to be able to control yourself and act in a respectful way and lead by example if you're going to be a head coach. And if you can't do that, maybe that's not the position you should hold.
Did you watch the NBA All-Star game, or is it not fun anymore?
I do not watch the NBA All-Star game. I was certainly updated by my boys that Steph Curry hit a lot of threes.
Yeah.
But those All-Star games, you know, whatever sport it is, I've sort of lost my appreciation for those games at this point.
Best dunker, Dominique or Jordan?
Oh, Dominique.
Nice.
Dominique. More power, more flair. I know that's, you know, crazy to think about, but if anyone saw the human highlight film in its prime, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Man, that's why you're my favorite Capital Boys coach right now, because you just said that. My wife loves Jordan, so But I got to go with Neek. He was the best. He got screwed in Chicago.
Yep. Well, there's no question that was he got jobbed out of that one.
Hey, good luck this weekend. Enjoy your final road trip of the regular season. You get to be home for about 2 weeks straight, so that's or about a week and a half, I guess. But before the state tournament, and we're a long way from that still. But good luck and thanks for joining us.
All right, always a pleasure. Thanks, Jason.
Capital coach Guy Almquist joining us there on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. It's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of him today at Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk girls hoops crosstown. When we return, Capital on its revenge tour. And we talked to Katie Garson-Forba last week about it. They were looking for revenge against the Bengals, and they got it. And we'll talk to Helena High coach Ben Dudek about what Capital did different in the victory over Helena High and what to expect this week as the regular season comes to an end. Bengals fighting for some seeding, and Coach Dudek will join us next here on the Jason Walker Show. Coming right back. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
What happened on this date in sports history? Find out next on the Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, final segment. Your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week coming up. And much more, including on this day in history. The walk-off as well. There was basketball, a lot of it. We're coming into the final weeks. It's the final week of the regular season in the AA. The Helena High girls had a tough one, losing crosstown on Saturday afternoon, falling to Capital. Capital girls are on quite the roll, but you know what? Helena High girls are sitting right there in 5th, not too far out of that 4 seed, and for that for the AA divisionals, which start in 10 days at Carroll College. But it'll be a fun couple of games in the regular season to finish. One at home, one on the road. And joining us now to talk about his team is Helena High coach Ben Dudek, joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach, it's been a couple of weeks since we had the chance to chat, but take me through Saturday.
It's a physical game. Obviously, crosstown's always a big game for all the kids in the community. I thought we started pretty well. I thought, as the pressure ramped up, we had a little bit of difficulty executing what we normally do, but we were able to hang in there. Kind of a flip-flop of two tails there. The first game we were a plus 18, I think, on threes, and they were a plus 12 on threes the other game, or this past Saturday. So it's one of those situations. Maybe we didn't execute the way that we normally do, and they hit some shots, and that's kind of the way it turned out. But we're still focused on the end goal, which is in the state.
Yeah, and you still have that opportunity. A couple of big games coming up this week we'll talk about, but here in a minute. But what did Capital do differently? Because you guys hit a lot of outside shots against them at their place in that victory. What did they do different defensively to take that away?
Semi-blind tee.
They were a little bit higher pressure on our guards, pushed us out maybe a little bit farther than we wanted to be. But at the same time, we were able to. That's also not who we are. We were 10 for 19 from behind the arc in that game. We've hit some threes in other games, but that's not really the DNA of our team. We are an inside-out team. So obviously that disrupted our perimeter game a little bit. But we had some chances to finish at the rim. Didn't complete every opportunity we got there, but we got Alex more involved than she was the first game, which was kind of the focus there. We were able to be a little bit more balanced, which is what we wanted. So, in terms of perimeter play, I would say that pressure on our guards, caused our guards some issues. But at the same time, we do want to be more balanced. We were more balanced, but at the same time, we were 2 for 12 in the open looks we did get. That's never going to help. When you're playing a high-pressure D like that, trying to get a big win across town.
Talking with Helena High girls coach Ben Dudek here, Jason Walker Show on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Mentioned a couple of big ones this week, hosting Butte for senior night on Thursday, and then you travel to Sentinel on Saturday. If I can get the days of the week down this week, that would sound fantastic. Take me through Butte, though, because this is a team that the word everybody always uses about any team from Butte is scrappy. What do we expect Thursday?
Scrappy, tough, and patient. That's the biggest thing that we noticed about them down there. And over the past 2 years, really, they're a group of kids that really understand the game. They'll run a possession pretty deep. They'll make you work a long time. Having effective zones they run. We kind of struggled with that the first time against them, but we've done really well against zones since then. That was kind of our focus after that loss to them the first time. We've done really well against zones since then, so I think we're going to be well prepared for that. But again, I know it sounds cliche, but it is about we got to get better because next week it's coming quicker than not. Next week is when it really matters. The season starts. The real season starts on March 3rd, and we got to make sure that we're ready for March 3rd, and we're kind of hitting it on all cylinders against different defenses and just making sure we're continuing to play solid D ourselves.
Well, and then when you look at next week, you've got, a chance to be in that top four with, but victories over Sentinel and Butte definitely go a long way for that.
Yeah, for sure. We're in the 5 right now at 5 and 7. Sentinel's right ahead of us at 6 and 6, and then Butte's right behind us at 4 and 8. So we're kind of all scrunched there in the 4, 5, 6 spot. But again, I've said this all year with the West. Obviously, Capital was able to get Hellgate, and that was a really good win for them. But I really do believe that 2 through 8 is going to be in a very exciting divisionals, because if you've paid attention to the scores, and everybody's beat everybody, and I think everybody's beatable. But I also think everybody can get everybody. So it's just one of those situations where, we want to be playing our best basketball going into. And I think we are. Obviously Saturday, a 10-point loss, but if anybody was paying attention, we just completely played a complete game against Big Sky, against changing defenses. I mean, they've played everybody tough, with probably the exception of Hellgate. And we just absolutely executed on both ends of that for, get that 32-point win. So, Saturday's one game. We're not looking at Crosstown as a program and having that define us with a 10-point loss. I mean, we beat them by 9 before. They beat us by 10 here. And we feel as a group that we've continued to get better since the Butte game. And that's really the focus of where we're at. We've continued to get better. That one game against Crosstown, that doesn't define who we are. This week we're going to continue to get better, and hopefully play a good game Thursday and Saturday. And again, most importantly, we want to move into divisionals playing our best basketball no matter what seed we are. But come next Thursday, it's a situation, every game, like, you better come to play. Everybody better come to play.
Yep.
And that's the focus of our program right now.
Ben Dudek, our guest here, Jason Walker Show, coaches the Bengal girls over at Helena High. What do you remember about your senior night?
Oh, my senior night, I think we played a team called Hilton, and I grew up in Rochester, New York, and I think I had 24.
Ooh, nice.
It was a good night. Yeah, but this is actually not senior night for us. We don't have any seniors in our program. So we'll be skipping. We won't have a senior night this year. We'll have one next year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is crazy to think about. It's almost like you guys just started, like you're East Ellen or something.
Well, in terms of
not having a senior, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But, that's another thing about kind of where we're at right now is, what we do over the next week to, hopefully 3 weeks, right? That's our goal. It's like we talked today about, hey, 12 days or 19 days. And it's 19 days. That's where our head's at. These next 19 days is not only about this year, but it's about building, for next year. And we're all bought in. We have a great group of kids and, parents, and we're all just ready to kind of sink our teeth in these last 3 weeks and make sure we get the most of what we can out of this year and have it, roll into the summer and off-season workouts and next year. And just an exciting time.
Should we do away with handshake lines?
What we should do away with is the pregame captains meetings, of course. Those are, nothing really happens in those meetings. But no, I honestly like those shakes within the game. I think it builds a little bit of camaraderie, to be honest with you. I like going through the line and telling a kid from a different team, hey, that was a great game you played. I really try to make a point to that, to let, kids know that gave us a great game from the other side. Hey, you're a good player. And I think kids need to hear that from coaches. I think mutual respect can really be gained in that line, not only from a coach and player standpoint, but player, coaches. I think that's kind of an important time to just say, hey, like we respect what you did out there, win or loss, and pushing up to put the best moving forward. So I like it. I think it's a good time to kind of demonstrate respect between both teams.
Well, if there was a person that Jawan Howard was going to punch, it would have been Chris Webber for a timeout, right? I mean, back in the day. We have seen more of this lately between kids or coaches, and it's just the last couple of years, I think everybody's just on edge.
Yeah, and last year we didn't do it.
Right. The wave.
That was
the wave.
Yeah, we did the wave, and then we walked away, and I didn't. That was awkward too, right? So I just think it's one of those situations where, hey, everybody just respect the game, respect each other, and just kind of, again, move on. For me, it's that big point of, Coach Garson Forber and I talked about this before the game on Saturday. It's like, we're crosstown, we're rivals, right? But what we do in this community as girls basketball coaches and as girls basketball players, it builds the camaraderie of Helena girls basketball. Mm-hmm. And us being on the same page, the girls being able to go into the gym together, play pickup together, just do some different things together. It takes away that it's an us versus you. I mean, on the day of the game, it's obviously an us versus you. But it's like, how do we want Helena girls basketball to look as a whole? It's like, for me, I'll tell anybody this. Hey, if it's not us winning the championship, I want it to be them, right? Because it builds that community in this, or it builds that basketball community in this town where everybody wants to be that next Helena team that goes out there and wins. I don't mind saying that because it's for me, it's true. It's all about building a sense of community between two schools that, hey, we both want to be really good and we both want to push each other to be the best that we can be. And that's going to make us the best versus the 6 other teams we've got to play in conference and any other team that we have to play in the state tournament or non-conference games. That's really important to me. So having those moments where we can show that mutual respect is pretty high on my list.
Wow. That's impressive from a young coach. Everybody else would be like, hey, I'm not rooting for my rival. Hell no.
No, but that's the thing. It's like, I think in Montana, so I'm from the East Coast where, population density is so large. So you have these rivalries, but you can have a rivalry five miles west, but then, who you don't talk to, but then you have a really good relationship with a team 5 miles east. And that's where you can get some of the, that competition from outside the season. But I think in Montana, it's tough. We are isolated towns. And, if we don't work together, then building 2 solid programs to compete at a high level consistently, I think falls off the map. And I think that's something that this community has done really well at over a long period of time. And I just want to be part of helping that, be part of helping the culture of girls basketball here in Helena, which again is strong. I mean, yeah. It's not by happenstance that the last 6 state championships are out of Helena,
right?
And the past 7 or 8. We want that to continue. And it's not always going to be one team; it might be the other one. But if we can make sure that we're pushing those kids to work together to push each other to get better, we'll keep that tradition in both schools alive.
I like that. I can respect that, especially at the high school front. I'm still not going to root for the Yankees or the Red Sox, being a Mets fan, but
right.
It's a little different on the high school front where these kids are friends anyway. Hey, good luck as you wrap up the regular season this week, and as we head into divisionals. Good luck with that next week. Of course, you get to stay home, which is always a good thing. And despite it's up at Carroll, but still it's home, sleeping in your own beds. Let's chat next week, shall we?
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
That is Ben Dudek joining us, Jason Walker Show. You got a glimpse of the little one there. She came in after her sleepy sleeps. No school today for her. So there you go. Big games for everybody this week in AA as they wrap up the regular season. Let's see here. Our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Man, we had some great nominees. Alex Bullock, 17 for Helena High in a loss. Rachel Stacy with 14 points, 8 boards in that win. How about Skyview upsetting West, 50-48? Brianna Williams had 21 and 11, a 20-game losing streak to the Golden Bears, and the first loss of the season for West. I mean, it had been Skyview hadn't beaten West in girls basketball since the 2011-2012 season. I was still in Bozeman. But I think we're going to go to the I-15 up north. Great Falls, or check that, CMR and Gallatin. Gallatin was leading 40-39, and then Casey Christensen hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to win at 42-40 and finished with 12 points. I think that's going to be our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. It's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Did we mention the Class A girls? Hardin beat Lewistown? No, we didn't, but they did. Canberra Goodluck had 19. Can't wait to see her. 57 points in the first half for Hardin. Wow. Yeah, our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, Casey Christensen of CMR, who hit the three-point buzzer beater to beat Gallatin on Saturday night. Or Saturday afternoon. So that's our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. If you want to get your vehicle tuned up for spring and looking good, I know it doesn't feel like it the next couple of days with the cold and the wind chill, but it's definitely it's coming. You're going to want to be outside in your vehicle driving around, and Auto Concepts is your auto enhancement professionals. Saw that Jawan Howard suspended for the rest of the regular season. That's 5 games. that he'll be suspended for his slap punch yesterday of the Wisconsin assistant. Oh, well. All right, on this day in history, brought to you by Pinkerton Leather. It is a combat veteran-owned company, and make everything in America with American leather. Wallets, purses, saddles, belts, you name it. If it can be made with leather, Casey will get it done. Find them on Facebook, Pinkerton CO. You can check them out, pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. It is February the 21st. It is President's Day, even without one. Grain-free day and sticky bun day. 1931 on this date, White Sox of Chicago and the Giants of New York play the first exhibition night game. 1948, NASCAR was incorporated. 1979, 2 Iowa girls high school basketball teams played 4 quarters scoreless. They went 4 overtimes. It was 4-2 with a final. 1980, Eric Heiden of America won his 4th of a record 5 gold medals at Lake Placid. 1980 as well, Liechtenstein, the smallest country to produce a champ in the Olympics. Hani Wenzel won the giant slalom in the women skiing. Krista Yamaguchi in 1992 on this date wins Olympic gold in figure skating. 2002, Canadian world champ women's ice hockey team wins the first of 4 straight gold medals, where they win over the U.S. in Salt Lake City. 1842, the first known sewing machine patented in the U.S. in D.C., John Greeno. On this date in 1885, let's get to the shot. Oh, come on. The Washington Monument was dedicated in D.C. on this date in 1885. And that is a live look via EarthCam at down the Washington, or down the mall in Washington, D.C. there. Looking back at the Lincoln Memorial from the Washington Monument. So there you go. It's also on this date, 1931, that Alka-Seltzer was introduced. So there you go. On this day in history, brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. PinkertonLeather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount at checkout.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off, presented by Cafe Zydeco, had the barbecued po' boy on Friday night. Met the wife and the little one there for dinner after golf on Friday, and had a great dinner down there. So make sure you check it out. Tomorrow, they open at 11. In fact, they open at 11 every day. And you, except Sunday when they're closed, you can get in and get your fill of fantastic, fantastic Cajun food. I mean, it's where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. And it really is the best Cajun food this side of New Orleans. I don't think we missed anything today. I think we had fun. We had a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. The Jason Walker Show. The Walk-Off. Cafe Zydeco. Thanks to Guy Almquist, Ben Dudek for joining us tomorrow. Katie Garson-Forba, scheduled. Brandon Day, scheduled. It'll be fun. Talk some hoops. AA wrapping up the regular season. You got divisionals kicking off this week across the state as well. More divisionals anyway. And it's that time of the year where we have a lot of fun. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com if you missed anything. And if you have a frozen duder, like our buddy, the Finnish skier, Remy Lindholm, make sure you have an ice pack at home. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.